Well, here we are in Glastonbury, and they're about to do their wonderful Glastonbury Carnival. I think it's the sort of the last sort of one we do in the summer, from the summer time. So anyway, it's great being back here in Glastonbury. Now, what I'm here for, to do a fast blast with Sandi Adams. Now, she has spoken on UK Column about a particular type of new to us type of AI.
Project Libertas, which is at the convent in Stroud, which will be advertised, are holding an event with myself, Ben Rubin, and Mike Heaton. Mike Heaton's going to come in on a screen from Nice in France, but he's speaking directly to us, which is really nice. And I'm going to be, I'm not sure what Ben's speaking about, but whatever he speaks about is wonderful. And I'm speaking about agentic AI. Now, this is a term that not many people have heard about, and it's a new form of AI that they're bringing in. Now, AI at the moment, it serves the people. You know, the people initiate the AI, they get the answers or whatever they want, and that's the way it is. Now, agentic AI is the reverse of that. And what happened in 2025, October, I think it was, in 2025, no, I got that wrong. Bear with me.
We are in November 2025.
Yeah, I know. It was actually in January 2025. A platform called Global GovTech Board was meeting in Ukraine and Berlin. They came together to launch what's known as agentic AI, and it's a think tank and a white paper that they called the Agentic State. And it's the next wave of government tech, systems that act, not assist, and with limited human intervention. So what they're planning, and they're bringing this into the UK very, very soon, and in fact there's platforms already laid out for this AI, to bring in agentic AI to the civil service, to health and social care, to the NHS, to education and policing. So that means all our infrastructure that governs our government, that governs us, will be led by AI instead of being assisted by the humans for the AI. So it's reversed it. The AI is in charge and the people are subservient to the AI. So the AI makes all the decisions. Now, this is this is completely different to the way it's always been. Now, what it really means is that the humans give agency to the AI, which is why it's called agentic. The humans are given their authority and their agency to the AI. So the AI is in control of everything. And this is where we don't want to be. We have to be in control because the AI doesn't have a soul, it doesn't have a heart, and it will make heartless decisions on our behalf. And this is where the rub comes, because at the moment, this is all being done without our consent. We don't know about this agentic AI. And they've got a white paper called the Agentic State. Look it up. I'll be talking about this on the 29th. Now, the thing is that when I was researching this, I actually just Googled the term agentic state. And I couldn't believe it because this term has been used before. And it was used in 1961, wherein a psychologist called Milgram did a number of experiments on human beings to see how they would appeal to authority under stress. And so it was actors, and the actors didn't know that this wasn't a real experiment. And they had people in white coats with clipboards, and they had someone laying on a bed, tied up to an electrical current, and they had someone who was turning the knob to give them shocks. And the person in the white coat was giving instructions to the person with the dial and turning it up, and to the point where the person was actually near death. And they would do that all the time. They were giving their agency to somebody in authority. And this is the worry, that people will do things that they don't agree with, that is against their conscience, if they are being told to do so by somebody in authority. And this is what agentic AI is all about. It's about giving over your authority to someone else and thinking that they will take the responsibility. Now, are we going to go along with this? Will our police and our doctors and our nurses and everyone else allow this to happen. They did during COVID, and this unfortunately is something that happened in the Second World War with the Nazis. So we end up giving power to people against our conscience, and our conscience is everything. We need to have a conscience and a heart, and the AI doesn't have that. We have to stop this.
Well, that's all very serious, and you're going to go into detail then. Any final words on this little fast lap?
Yeah, I mean, come along the 19th of November at the convent in Stroud. It's called the Beacon St Roses. We're just going to have an evening of debate, and there'll be Q&A, and it will be a fabulous evening. Come along, have a glass of wine, enjoy yourselves, and I will be going into this in far more detail. Well, I will, but there are solutions. Now, AI cannot work without the data centres. The data centres they're gaining planning permission for these data centres all over the UK.
Enormous amount of electricity.
Enormous amount of electricity, enormous amount of water. And also they do need planning permission. And what is interesting also is that they catch fire very easily because they're a bit like EV batteries. They catch fire. And the ones that have been, there's several cases, I believe there was one in Liverpool that caught fire, and the chief fire officers were horrified because it took 48 hours to extinguish this because of the thermal runoff. Now, these are now coming under scrutiny because they are dangerous, because they're putting them next to gas pipes, they're putting them next to schools. These data centres, and this is what holds all our AI. They can vary. They can be as big as shipping containers, or as small as a small battery. Just small things, about 4 foot by 4 foot.
A box
on the side of the footpath. But the big data centres, they have battery storage that are big as huge shipping containers, and these are the really dangerous ones.
Batteries that go off.
Yeah, it's the EV batteries burst into flames. Well, these battery data centers are big versions of that, and they are highly dangerous. And we're trying to get
There's also phosphorus involved.
I think it is. I think
some chemical.
Yes, that's right. I'm not sure about that. All I know is it's incredibly flammable, and it takes a long time to extinguish because it's thermal runoff or runaway or something. So, but we have managed to. I've been working with Cassie from the National Residents Association. She's doing a lot of good work on this, on the data centres, and getting people to oppose the planning applications. And without those data centres, the AI cannot work. There's nowhere to store the data. So I think, really focusing on how we can get rid of these things and opposing them is great. And the chief fire officers are behind us because they know they're dangerous.
Wow. Yeah. It looks as if there's legs on this story.
There could be. Let's hope.
Thank you very much, Sandi.
Thank you.
I just thought I'd use that phrase just for impression.